Alright, so here we are at the McDougall Museum in Renfrew, Ontario. You can see the team behind me bringing equipment into the building. Kind of a pan. 1800s mill. A bit of a background to it. You know, from what news reports are, there was a body found nearby here. Hoping to maybe ask some questions in relation to that. It was in the early 80s that happened. Murderer died in prison. And, well, who knows what that can do to influence a place. Sometimes as ghost hunters, we hope it does. Let's see that it's a beautiful location. I'm sure that all that water noise will be interesting on our audio. Tonight we have a public investigation. I think we've got between 20 and 50 people that we're going to investigate with us on a public hunt here. We've had the team here twice, I think once for a walk and once actually for an investigation. Hopefully this will encounter into further investigations. So I'm going to be handling the basement, and Catherine's got the middle floor and Carolyn's got the top floor, and we're going to move the crowd around. We'll see what kind of questions they ask, because we're going to let them be the investigators tonight. It's not going to be us. Renfrew is a great town up in the Ottawa Valley, up near where CHAPS was founded, as we founded CHAPS in Pembroke, Ontario in 2005. So lots of hoping. Have a great time tonight. She's trying to take a picture. I'm ruining it for her. So, walking around the museum. It's not an overly huge museum, but it's a nice one with artifacts all throughout the Ottawa Valley.
There's a whole bunch of mannequins under.
Here's the team.
Sheets.
Bill, Carolyn, Sydney, John, Catherine. Saw Sandy outside.
What's funny last weekend is we were sitting down
Should be
here
an incredible
and
evening.
upstairs.
July 25th, and the CHAPS team is at the McDougall Museum. The team is Carolyn, Kathy, John, and Dan, and myself. We're here to do an investigation this evening. The museum was established in 1855 as a mill, then it was used for storage, and then it was donated to the town of Renfrew to be used as a museum. So there's a lot of history here today, so we're going to find out if we can see what we can find. Lights out. Are there any spirits here attached to any of these pieces of equipment or anything? We have some old stoves that were manufactured in Renfrew. I'm from Renfrew. I've lived here most of my life.
You've got no reason to be afraid of us. We're here because we're curious. We'd like to know why you're here. Why haven't you gone on to be with the rest of your family?
So if there's a little girl here, maybe you can come over and tap me on the shoulder? Probably not much taller than me.
You don't have to be afraid of anything. Nothing can hurt you.
If spirit has the power to roam between floors, or if sometimes you're locked in a certain place. I know later on in the investigation we'll speak to some of the things that have happened around here. Is the spirit of John McDougall with us?
back line off for a few seconds, and then you can put it back on. The reason why is it'll go in, it has like a sleep mode. So if you leave it on, that'll happen about every 5 to 10 minutes, and then you have to turn it back on again. So you just hit that button.
So maybe I'll change up a voice here. I'm already tired of listening to me. So, Carolyn.
Yes!
Give it to Carolyn.
Yay!
I'm not sure if you remember some of us. Some of us have been here for the last couple of weeks, bringing people through the museum. They're getting to see and learn about you and about the artifacts that are in the museum. If we have somebody with us that something in this museum belonged to you, can you tell us your name? Can you tell us what we have in the museum that was yours?
The reason we ask is because maybe some of you haven't been through the museum or might not realize that there are artifacts here related to your heritage. So if there's a spirit here that heard a familiar name or voice, we welcome you to touch that person and let us know that you're here. Feed off of each other.
And there's no such thing as a dumb question.
No.
And even if it's been asked already once, it's
Yeah.
okay to ask it again, because the spirit, if we did have somebody, they may be more receptive to your voice. Or to your voice, or maybe it's somebody that is a distant relative to you. So you ask a question, they're like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So,
Somebody's coming down the steps.
But they're not.
Do you want to stay here? Can you make a noise for us? Tap on some wood?
In this very area, obviously most of you would know about it, and I'm new to this news, but we had a young lady that was murdered here in 1981 by Leonard Shirley, who also died in prison. Dying in prison is obviously a petty piece of junk, because his life seemed to be rotated around hurting people, and unfortunately they kept letting him out until finally he killed a Polish immigrant, a 23-year-old girl. I cannot pronounce her name in Polish. It's Marianne, what is it? Okay, that's better than I would. All right, so she was found right close to here. When we had, we had some evidence that kind of point towards this case in our audio. I don't want to go directly to that because we haven't fully accepted this evidence as being good evidence, right? But obviously there was a terrible thing that happened here some 35 years ago. 33, my math is not good, guys.
She was found on this property?
Right. Imagine that, right? She was followed home, or followed here by this Leonard, who was trying to pick her up at a bar. And he killed her.
Again, as Dave said, my name is Phil. There is somebody here. I would personally greatly appreciate you letting us know you're here. Give us a noise. Move something. Touch one of us. I like to be touched. Touch me.
That sounds horrible.
I know it does. But in all seriousness, we are here to find out what we can about you, the history of this place, and what is it like for you?
Spirit with us here tonight at the McDougall Mill. Are you upset that we're here? There's too many people here. Is there anybody by the name of McDougall that's visiting here tonight?
yes.
You got an answer
Are you related to Leanne McDougall that's here?
I'm a McDougall and I'd love to find a relative.
If someone's with us, could you maybe touch somebody in our group on the shoulder or the top of their head?
So what was that popping noise? Can you make that noise again for us, please? So let's. It wasn't that. That was a 10 years.
More over there.
I heard him like here in this.
Yeah, I found her the second time. I didn't hear
We're not
her
going to move
first.
it around.
No.
Yeah,
Now
they're all over the
dust.
place, like,
That's
yeah.
dust.
And then there's Monica looking like the
Amount of
girl
people
from The
that
Grudge.
come to me with pictures of wars. Oh, this is my grandfather.
I think you're a coward if you pick on women. Speak up now. There's a bunch of women in this room who have none of that.
It's quite successful.
Can you touch us? So I got a spike.
Okay. You got a spike on the top one?
Yeah, it went up to 1 and then went down.
Okay. So that's a hard one to get moving. It really is. It's so thank you very much if that was you present with us.
Can you maybe touch one of us?
This is going up too.
Wow, look at that. Okay, so we're going up to reds. That's great. Is anybody's phone transmitting? Or?
No, I don't have a phone.
Okay. Good. Can you make that happen again? That's fantastic. Hope somebody's videotaping it.
I am, yeah.
Oh, you're wonderful. Thank you. No, we always seem to have the video camera not on where we're supposed to. Can you please, like, do that again? Like, it's come close to this machine. That's what creates that to happen.
My hand is really cold right now.
Good.
Like really
Excellent.
cold.
Excellent.
That is temperature.
Yeah, the temperature has dropped over here.
Good. See what a successful.
Is there somebody over here with us?
Yeah, it actually is quite a bit colder over here.
Can you make that blink again?
Come on now.
I can feel you around my hand.
I have energy on my hands. I know,
Yeah.
like,
Fantastic.
they're tingly.
My hand is completely like numb and cold.
I
Are
just
you
have
touching
tingles.
us right now?
She feels uncomfortable around my hand.
You can come and hang out with
Come
us
on now.
girls. This just went up to 2.3.
This is going.
That went up
Yeah,
to
I got,
2.3.
I'm really, I have full goosebumps on my body right now.
Okay,
just
so
I'm
the
so cold.
that
Does it
EMF
say?
from elevator going to 2.3
Me
is
too.
impressive.
Mine.
We're here with you, us girls. We're here to protect you and stick together and feel safe with us.
Besides all the artifacts in here that are obviously linked to someone, what about the building? Is there anybody tied to the building that's still here, that was in the grist mill? That was here when it was running every day and working?
Is Charlotte Wetton here?
Charlotte, maybe that's you that's making the numbers go up on the millimeter. If it is, can you do it again?
Is Charlotte Wetton here?
Is there anything attached to anything here? If so, do you like when people visit? Like, do you like being in